All right, Nioh 3 demo is out. Full release is next week. Now, the good thing with Nioh is, you're new or you've played before, you know that there are a ton of options you can tweak. Just so much, like completely customized. So basically, I just want to give like kind of like the mandatory ones, or ones you should at least look at to kind of make the game, I guess, just a little bit better. Like, you know, when you got to spam, or well, if you haven't played yet, you got to spam R1 to pick up items. There's an option you just auto pick up by running over, just stuff like that. If you look at like down here, I have like the numbers for my life, my key. I got the 100 over like the spirit, all of that stuff. So basically, we're just going to go through them real quick. All right, I'm not going to go through everything because there's a ton here. So under basic game settings, we'll do that first, right? So also, if you're running an ultra wide or like a mega ultra wide, like I'm on a 21:9, you can do this HUD adjustment. So if I take it all the way down and we go back out, notice how everything is now crunched in. Well, now you can't even see my stance because it's over my camera. But if I go back into that, I can just set it back and it pushes everything to the screen. Now, if you're somebody that likes everything like right where you're looking, you know, you can keep it there. You can adjust it however. You don't have to go 100. But now it's all the way to the edge of the screen and it looks nice. I prefer this because I don't need to visually see my stance. I kind of know what stance I'm in. Items, I kind of, you know, muscle memory, I'll know where that is. So if you're running ultra wide, that's a good one. Second page here, the numbers I showed you, like where it shows my life and key and everything, I turned all of this on. So that way it's just easier to see the values than just a bar. Like when I play Path of Exile's Why, I put the numbers over top of it. It's just visually, for me, that's better. So if you'd like to see the numbers on your bars, turn all 5 of these on, okay? This by default, it just displays when you have a level up as possible. But I like to always see my gold in my Amrita just so I know, because it will just disappear. But if you have enough for a level, it'll be like a yellow, orange, and it'll pop up. But I just always like to see it. That's up to you. You can have it off. Screen shake, I personally hate screen shake, so I turn that off. It's there if you want it. This is probably the biggest one. Item auto pickup. This by default is off. Turn this on. So that way all you gotta do is run over items and it just picks it up. You don't have to go spam every you know, R1 or whatever bumper you're using, or maybe you play on keyboard mouse. I don't know, but that's a big one. All right, make sure you do that. Now I'll go on off of this basic game settings, last tab. So basically, if you've kind of like given donations, I guess, to like, basically you can turn in all your unwanted equipment and get items and all that stuff. You can do auto disposal and you can pick it so it's, you know, rare or below, uncommon or below. You can basically have it so it just automatically does it. I'm not going to do that at the moment because I'm not like super far, right? I don't want to like forget to equip something and then go in and it just auto disposes. Yeah, so that's it for basic game settings. As far as controls go, this one is big for me. When you go to do a burst break, when the enemy turns red and then you know, press R2 and you do that, it always shifted me into Shinobi Ninja Warrior instead of my Samurai stance. And I'm like, well, I wanted to keep my Samurai stance to then do bigger damage because I'm not really using the Ninja stance at the moment. I use it for like magic and stuff. But this was bugging me. So basically, yeah, you press R2 to do the burst break and then you switch stances. If you turn this on, when you press R2, it's not going to switch. You have to hold R2 to then switch. Because like right now, right? If I press it, guess what? I'm not switching. But if I hold it, right? So I'm attacking the enemy. I press it to do the thing. It doesn't, you know, it just does the burst break. But hold it, boom. So that's just me personally. Somebody pointed that out on a stream and I was like, oh, yeah, that's way better. I like that better. Personal preference. And then we'll go into menu settings. Another big thing for inventory management, you can turn on tabs for each weapon type, armor type, accessories. So I turn my weapons on. So if I go into, okay, so if you go, I guess it doesn't do it under the equip, but under just an item, just your inventory, it's broken down. Yeah, to the items menu. So it's only for the items. So we turn this off. We go back to items. As you can see, it only does melee weapon and ranged weapon. So when we turn that on, now we've got melee, range, swords, dual, spears. It just breaks everything down. So that way, you know, if you've, I think Nioh 1 had that. It's just, you know, personal preference again. Honestly, those are kind of the main ones. This game uses a lot of freaking VRAM. I will say, if you go to post effects under visuals, go to the second tab. I turned off chromatic aberration. I turned off the noise filter because it adds the film grain. And I think that was it. But that's just me personally. I mean, the game looks better with those two off. I don't think I changed anything here. But it, you know, if you're not, if most people aren't a fan of those, so I just turned it off. And I mean, honestly, it looks better. But yeah, that's it. It was just some quick thing. I mean, honestly, the burst break, holding R2 instead of tapping it, was just big for me. And having the numbers on the screen and just a few little things. But I would start there and then maybe take like 5 or 10 minutes and just go through and see what else you want to tweak. But honestly, for me, that's it. Anyway, Nioh 3 content. Check out the channel, live streams. I'll probably make some guides. Who knows? Anyway, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you in the next one.